Hello everyone, welcome to IRC. We are here in the Italian Grand Prix, the home of Tifosi. Unfortunately, there's no Ferraris actually on the circle at the moment. Unfortunately, it seems like they've had a bit of a problem, haven't they? By the looks, anyway. But anyway, we'll start on something a bit more positive, shall we? Well, I won't say too positive because we've only got 12 cars in qualifying 2 because we've had a couple of mishaps in qualifying 1. Apologies, I'm a bit late. I got lost on the way home. So, really, I've been doing it for almost 3 years now and I still get lost. But there we go. But anyway, yes, so we are running a bit late. So we missed a bit qualifying 1, which is a bit unfortunate. But don't worry about that, folks. We got the qualifying 2, well, half of qualifying 2, qualifying 3, and the race still to come. And as it stands at the moment, then we do have Hogg, who is the quickest. He's on the soft tires. He has had a trip already though at the second chicane just there, as unfortunately he did scrape the barrier, didn't he? We've also seen a couple of drivers go for Ascari as well. Unfortunately, I think that Matt and Roscoe were 2 victims of that very fast chicane. I absolutely love that corner. It's brilliant. It really is. On board then with the McLaren who's just come back in the pits. Mason hasn't done a lap yet. He is becoming a bit of a he's becoming an absolutely fantastic qualifier. Really is indeed, isn't he? He comes up to the line to start his lap. DRS, and there's 2 DRS zones around here. One on the start finish straight, which is where Mason has just gone past me now, and of course one running up into Ascari as well. I've got a comment on the old stream. Matt has just asked how was the Admin Cup, George? I thought it was absolutely, oh yes, that's what reminds me. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Of course, I got my first ever IRC victory, albeit, does it really count? Well, it does for me. I gotta say, yeah, that's on my CV now and everything. I won it, one of the most toughest races ever. It was Singapore. It was absolutely, I gotta say, it was a dominating performance. It really was. Of course, basically, really what happened is I was on the front rail. I squeezed past Resistix because he didn't have a very good start. Timmy's gone fastest. And then I think the Resistix had damage and basically held everyone up, really. So that was it in a nutshell, really. So I got very lucky to be honest. I reversed into that win, but yeah. Apart from that hiccup row, I thought that the Admin Cup was absolutely great stuff indeed. We had 4 teams, didn't we? In the Admin Cup, it was great stuff indeed. Admin took over a team. Apart from me, as I was in place for sprint, which really I got to say there's no substitute for sprint, is there? So they kind of had to scrape the bottom of the barrel, really. But yeah, so and I got to say I think that I'm probably very safe. I should be staying up in the commentary box because yeah, let's just say that I was a bit frightful at times, wasn't I? I think the Monaco was appalling, really, wasn't it? I kept going. I just went backwards. I couldn't. I just went backwards, and then I just couldn't get any grip or anything. And just shows that these guys are absolutely pinnacle of their game, aren't they? And then they have a rookie like me who comes in, and that's really not. It just shows the class, doesn't it? Just watching Timmy, who's coming down the back straight as well, 0.2 of a second behind Mason at the moment there. Once again, Mason is looking a strong candidate for a pole position as well, which reminds me, let's go through the drivers and the constructor standards, and also the Mika Hakkinen trophy as well, shall we? As we're watching Val come through a Kerber Grande as well in the Williams. Steve is currently leading at the moment, and he's got an 18-point advantage over T. Sammy in second. T. Sammy is still there or thereabouts, isn't he? Matt is in for a position there now. Frisky Biscuit in fourth, and he's the top rookie. He's had a fantastic season so far. Frisky is amazing stuff indeed. Fifth position is Timmy. Sixth is Asdog with Roscoe, Maxi, Fizzy, and Hogg. That is the top 10, and I've got to say it's all status quo. Actually, no one moved up or down in the driver's standings today. But in the constructors, it is very much nip and tuck. We do have the Renault team who's got yellow flags in the Parabolica. We have the Renault team who is leading by a very slender 3 points from AlphaTauri in second position. Mercedes has jumped up in the third with Racing Point dropping down to fourth. And then everything else is all status quo. But only 4 points back is the Alfa Romeo team. We have Renault in sixth position and further 4 points back from the Alfa Romeo team as well. Goodness me, it's very tight there. A bit of a gap between Renault and Ferrari. Ferrari have had a bit of a difficult start to the campaign, haven't they, this season? They're down in 7th position. McLaren are in 8th position. Williams are in 9th, and Haas is last. And then we're just watching one of the Haas drivers, Penny, who's in 12th position. So Haas have only got 2 points at the moment. And we've got Frisky saying that Sean for world champ then. To be honest, I would be world champ if the race was only 1 lap long and if I was at a random grid of starting on the front row. And I think if Frizzle Sticks was also, I think he was sleeping at the wheel actually on the start of Singapore. That's the reason why I got past, I think. And nonetheless, we're just watching Penny now as he is on the soft tires then coming up to the line then. DRS is enabled and he is now cannoning down into turn 1 as well. I'm disappointed not to see a Ferrari in qualifying 2 at the moment then. Talking of which, we've had a lot of car launches, haven't we, this week? This week has been an absolute dream for me. I get really excited about the car launches. It's just my nerdiness really. I get excited about the IRC driver draw, and the other thing I get really excited about is of course the launch season as well with the Formula 1 cars. And of course Haas got their car launch today. Let's just say it's a bit of a Russian themed car, isn't it really? I think that's because of their new title sponsor. It's good to see Haas have a new title sponsor though. I think that is good to see, albeit it's a bit... I'm not sure if one of their 2 drivers are the most popular drivers in the world, aren't they? But less said about that, the better, I think. But it's good to see Haas still in F1 now. I think that's the main part of that, isn't it? The Aston Martin was unveiled yesterday, and that's an absolutely beautiful car, isn't it? I love the Aston Martin. It looks absolutely amazing. But I quite like the Alpine as well, actually. That's a really nice car. Only problem is, though, this really messed up my colour chart for the championship standings, because there's a lot of blue, isn't there? So I'm not sure I'm going to get around that. But there we go. I'm going to have to put my thinking cap on, I think. Just watching Penny then as he is coming out to the line, and Penny goes 6 faster just behind his teammate Gaz, and Gaz in a very strong 6th position, 5th position I said. Well then Gaz on a great time, and he was on my team, Gaz was. Good stuff indeed then is Chelsea did score against Liverpool, but luckily it's been ruled out for us no goal then, so that's good. I was going to get very unhappy about that, but luckily I don't have to now. Frisky Biscuit is on the lap then with 17 seconds to go with this qualifying session. I gotta say I feel all out of sorts, to be honest, because I don't really... I usually have like a little 5-minute intro, but it feels like I've just really rushed into things here. But I'll try my best anyway. So we got yellow flags, the check flags fluttering. Armstrong is out of qualifying. Val is currently on a lap at the moment. Yellow flags is fluttering in the second deck now. Congratulations to Gaz, and he is through into qualifying 3. That must be under my leadership, which I am taking the mic, because I think the Gaz got really unlucky, didn't he? He had a very good race in Vietnam, didn't he? Unfortunately, I think he come a cropper though, didn't he? With I think that there was a I think one of the drivers had a bit of an audacious manoeuvre. I thought Val was going to spin there. I think that he got caught up in one of a very audacious manoeuvre down to the hairpin, I think, in Vietnam, and unfortunately that tipped him around, which was a big blow really, because I think up to that point Gaz was very unlucky with always the random grids have always been near the back, which is a bit harsh. And there was me who was getting luck at the rub of the green, and I was always near the front. Val then on the back straight as well, and coming into the parabolica then for the final time in this qualifying 2 session. Will it be the final time for the qualifying session? Oh, then goodness me, he was right off the track there, wasn't he? Very much on the AstroTurf. Val comes across the line. He is second fastest then as well, and that means that Brown is out of qualifying and Asdog is as well. So those 2 drivers are going to have to take the walk of shame then. Into the pits comes Penny then. He is happy. He is through into qualifying 3, and Fizzy has abandoned his lap, and he is also through as well. Good stuff indeed then. And I'm looking forward to this qualifying into this final qualifying session. This is looking very good indeed, isn't it? And we'll talk about the form of the qualifying of the drivers in just a few moments time as well. There's the safety car, burnt my land to the right hand side of us. Hopefully we won't need that in the Italian Grand Prix, but we'll soon find out, won't we? Of course, this is the Temple of Speed, this one is, isn't it? Here in Monza, and as the drivers are getting wheeled back in and into their garages then, as we get prepped and ready for qualifying 3, which is coming up in just a jiffy as well. It feels weird, doesn't it, really? Because I got to say, I gotta say, I'm just feeling a bit off sorts at the moment. Just have a look at the the Mika Hakkinen Trophy. It's Frisky Biscuit on 150 points at the moment, and with Hog in second. We'll come back to the minute then, because let's take a look at who's been out of qualifying. Asdog out of qualifying, down in 12th position. I noticed Asdog has a lovely new helmet, by the way. And also 11th position is Brown. He is also out of qualifying as well, but he does start on whatever tires he wants to as we get into qualifying 3 in just a few moments then. But let's go back to the Mika Hakkinen Trophy then. Frisky Biscuit is leading by 150 points then, from Hog in second, and Rizzlesticks in third, Val in fourth position with double fifth then. Listen how close this is. Rizzlesticks on 89 points, Val on 76 points, and double on 75. Mason on 42. Mason is so good in qualifying, he just needs to finish some more races done in. Once again, he's shown he's really quick on one lap, isn't he? Brown on 34 points, 32 points for Penny, 26 for PB, Gaz on 23, JJ 12, and Dawson is on 8 points then. So that's the oh goodness me, it's getting very dull over there, isn't it? That is the Mika Hakkinen Trophy as well. And is that T Sammy there? Hello Sean, good luck to all the drivers, and hello T Sammy, hope you're having a lovely afternoon or evening now, isn't it? Oh gosh, I'm very much out of sorts, I really am indeed. As we get into qualifying 3 then, the form book is like this really. So pole position then, Steve's been on pole position 4 times this season, incredible stuff indeed. Maxie's been on pole position twice this season, Mason's been on pole position once this season as well, as they are now coming out of the pits now. Let's see what's going to be occurring around here. Remember, this is round 8 then of IRC. This is season 9. As someone is completely thrown caution to the wind as a 5-place grid penalty for Steve. Oh goodness me then, and I thought that I did see someone steam across the taking the shortcut, but he's got a 5-place grid penalty if I'm not very much mistaken. So Steve, who has been the cream of the crop in qualifying, is not going to be on pole position here tonight, but luckily for him, he can overtake around here. But remember what happened in Brazil when he had that penalty as well. It was his worst race of the season thus far, and of course that all boiled down to the difficult qualifying session as well. So Steve is very much on the back foot, isn't he? The world championship leader as we go into Ascari now, and look at how dull it's got. I reckon that's the reason why a load of drivers are out. I think it's because it could have rain afoot here tonight. Oh goodness me. And just on board now with Steve, and he's going to be the first car to go across the line. I wonder if that's why he steamed into turn 1, as he wanted to get as he doesn't want to be a part of this rain cloud which is now hovering over the Monza Park. DRS then on the money from Steve, and he's about to start his lap then. And we got Frisky, who is not too far back, so he'd be able to have a cheeky little slipstream here, wouldn't we? Remember back in 2019, I remember that farce of qualifying, goodness me. Of course, where everyone was queuing up, weren't they, to get a slipstream stuff. And only, I think, it was only, I was going to say Roberto Carlos Sainz there, was the only driver that got a lap in, wasn't he, really? So it was a very much, it was calamity hour, wasn't it, that qualifying session? But I don't think we're going to have any kind of calamity here tonight, are we? Frisky there is still in the wheel tracks of Steve. I wonder if he's doing this on purpose there to because he doesn't want to drop off too badly, too far away from Steve, because he gets the slipstream, doesn't he? So he's pinching a bit of slipstream here, and he looks closer, doesn't he? So that slipstream is working for the Renault driver. And now we're going under the old banking as well. Of course, here in Monza is a very historic circle, isn't it? The Italian Grand Prix on board Steve Dennis. He's got a lot of understeer, and he had a lot of oversteer as well. But I've got to say, that's the most oversteer you're going to see Steve there, because he's very much a smooth operator, isn't he, when he's at the wheel. Brilliant stuff indeed there. Into the parabolica for car 45. And look at Frisky. He's had a very good lap, isn't he? And look at that, as Mason's out. He's got off here, Scary. Steve's on pole, but it has been quickly eclipsed there by Frisky. Look at Mason, he's in the wall. He's out of qualifying. That's a huge blow here. Oh dear. Timmy comes across the line then, and he goes full fast as Val is showing some pace out there. The two Haas cars are also doing a bit of slipstream as well, with Penny in front of Gaz at the moment now. Now Fizzy coming out of Parabolica as well. They're all on soft tires, of course, then, and Fizzy goes into full fastest, and he is in front of his teammate by 0.3 of a second now. Good stuff indeed there from Fizzy. We're we're just watching Rizzlesticks then, who has just started his lap as well. So we're on board then with the only Italian representative in this qualifying free session there, of course, is the AlphaTauri, and they had a very good time here last time. It was just in, of course, then, as AlphaTauri won with Pierre Gasly, didn't they? And ironically, that was the last time that team won, didn't they? Of course, under the skin of the Toro Rosso livery, wasn't it? As the yellow flags are fluttering all over the show at the moment. There, his car's just backing off then. And there's a Rizzlesticks that accelerating away, then going into the first Ascari chicane as well, looking at very clean, very tidy, then good stuff indeed. We've lost the McLaren already in this qualifying session. That Ascari chicane now is a bit brutal with the old drivers tonight, isn't it? Goodness me. Unfortunately, we've had a lot of drivers there that have gone off and gone off into the wall. 7 minutes to go in this qualifying session now. Rizzlesticks are taking a lot of curve in, going into the Ascari chicane as well. Not running too wide. He's got that car beautifully planted, hasn't he, Rizzlesticks? That's good stuff. Hogg is still in the pits, but just as I say that, he emerges out of the pits there in the McLaren. Let's see what Hogg can do then, but keep an eye on what Rizzlesticks can do in qualifying free there. This is one of the most improved drivers, in my opinion, in IRC at the moment, and he's really very much a very strong candidate for more points then. Of course, he is driving in the AlphaTauri, which is, of course, the defending Constructors Champions, aren't they? So Rizzlesticks is in a very solid 6th position there. Good stuff. He's on board with Hogg at the moment then. So at the moment then, if qualifying finish now, it's an all McLaren row 5. Mason is going to be bitterly disappointed at that, to be out of qualifying, as there's a Mercedes at the back. I don't think that was Timmy going for a second bite of cherry. It looks like he was, but I think he's abandoned his time now. So we're going to stick with Hogg at the moment. He's on an outlap. This lap will not count yet. Oh gosh, that back end there was trying to overtake the front, wasn't it? And that is not what you want, is it, on your Formula 1 cars? You want that back end to be as sturdy as you like. Well, it does depend on the kind of driver, it does it. But I think that around here, you will definitely have a light back end there, because it'll be the lowest configuration downforce on the cars, of course. As rain afoot, I seen rain there, a flash on the camera, and that's why they're all out quite early, because there is rain. And here is Hogg then, so he's on the back foot now, but he does have rain streaming off of his visor, off of the halo as well. So Hogg there is going to have to. That's going to be a mental challenge, isn't it, on his of its own right there, as I get my teeth back in. So Hogg coming through Curb Grande now, and that is definitely a Grande line, isn't it? It's awful, isn't it? Really. Now into the second chicane, then what can Hogg do as well? I wonder if he is going to be a little going to just do this a lap there with a bit of trepidation here because of the rain coming down there, as he knows that this is going to be one and done. Steve is back out on circuit as well. He's only third fast at the moment there, with Timmy is up in the second there, but Frisky is on pole position, and that will be Frisky's first pole position of his career, if I'm not very much mistaken. He's already had a race win, hasn't he, Frisky? So he will then also get pole position. I haven't seen the Frisky fan club in there just yet, probably because they're wondering where I've got to, which is nothing to use there, because my timekeeping is absolutely appalling there. Look at the graphics there. It's Hogg is really revving the life out of that McLaren. I'm thinking that must be a glitch of some kind, because surely that ain't going to. That's surely going to. That's not right, is it? Because he'll be losing speed down that back straight as well. But Hogg comes across the line. He's done very well. Hogg has a very good job indeed there. Hogg, impressive. Oh, Steve, my goodness me, he was well out of the circuit there, but he kept going. He kept his foot in. Would he have lost time is the question. Let's take a look at the second sector split time. He's 88 hundredths of a second down on his personal best, though. That is not the quickest time. That is just his personal best. He is 6 tenths of a second away from Frisky. And when we was watching Steve's lap, we seen Frisky flash in the background. There he is again. He's quite ominous at the moment, isn't he, Frisky? Goodness me, he is stalking Steve tonight. Oh gosh, there. I don't think he'll be wanting stalking Steve in the race as well. But Steve at the moment is on his back foot. He comes across the line. That's a great final sec there. A tenth and a bit up then. And that is good stuff indeed then. Here comes that Val then. So I think that this qualifying session, unfortunately, is going to have a bit of a damp squib to end to this one, isn't it? Unfortunately, 2 thousandths of a second down on the first sector Valleys. He's currently on the second row of the grid. Valleys there, flirting with the gravel there. Goodness me, and he was very close there to losing time into the first Lesmo as well. Good stuff indeed. The second Lesmo is a little tighter than the first one now. Of course, it's cambered though, which really invites you in, doesn't it? And I think that Val was not having a second invitation there, was he? Great stuff, but flying past me. And now he builds back up into the Ascari chicane as well. Less than a tenth of a second up in the second split time. Not going too much over the AstroTurf. Oh, great and sturdy there. There's a McLaren clawing back in. It is Hog then flashing past me now. And Hog, as he's doing a lot of harvesting now, the McLaren is, as I think that he is running on fumes. Final corner then for Val. And here he comes out of the Parabolica as well. On board with the Williams driver. And oh, he's in the pits there, Vallis, and so he's had to abandon this time. Steeden, who's 6 seconds down as well. Frisky isn't, though. His yellow flag said, is the rain too heavy now? Is the track getting slower? I would assume it is getting slower, but I wonder if there is time for someone to really pull out a banzai of a lap then. No, Frisky's also in as well. As unfortunately, I think this might be the end of qualifying. By the looks of it, unfortunately, Gaz is 5 tenths of a second down. Then we got 2 tenths of a second down for Rizzlestick and for Harry as well. So the track, I think, has become a bit too wet there, and we have got no spray off the back of the cars, have we? But it's but I think that the track is just going to get slower and slower now with the braking distances just increasing as well. I've got to say, Haas have been my team of qualifying. Yeah, I've missed most of it, but I think they've been fantastic here tonight, haven't they? Really good stuff from deep there for Haas, being 9th and 10th then on the grid. As Penny now just taking a shortcut there, but it's going into turn 1 then. Rizzlestick's out bad at this time, and he is coming into the pits then. And Penny's still on circuit as well. Gaz said it's also in the pits as well, so I think that's it. That's our action done and dusted, I think, here in Italy. But Ham said that Fizzy is on a lap now, but look at that, he's hacksawing away at the car, at the steering wheel. And yeah, he's really struggling to get on the power, unfortunately, then for Fizzy. So yeah, I think it's all done and dusted then. So let's take a look then. Frisky is on pole position, and I think that's his first pole position of his career, if I'm not very much mistaken. If I am, I apologise, but according to me old spreadsheet here, I don't think that he's been on pole position before. Good stuff indeed there for Frisky Biscuit there, and that's a great pole position as well. Steve, I think, has got like 5 place grid penalty, so he'll be 7th on the grid if I'm not very much mistaken, which I probably am. Yes, Michael Preston has got the old eyes out. He is on pole position. He is loving life, isn't he? And I'm wondering how crucial that was that he got behind Steve, but nevertheless it was good enough for pole position, and by 4 tenths of a second. That's a absolute night and day around here. Oh, great stuff indeed there for Frisky Biscuit. That's his first pole position of his career, with Steve alongside him on row 1, Timmy in 3rd, Val is in 4th. I've got to say, that's a Valentine dream there, isn't it, for Val? Hog in 5th, Fizzy in 6th position, Rizzlestick 7th, with the 2 Haas's in 7th and 8th position. Great stuff indeed then, as the Mercedes has come back into the pits. As Frisky Biscuit has actually said that he's got to thank Steve then for that tow, and it was you felt that Frisky was just getting closer and closer to Steve, didn't you? When we was watching Steve's lap, unfortunately for Steve, then he hasn't got pole position. Unfortunately as well, I'm sure he's got a 5 place grid penalty, which is very much not helping him, is it? But Steve is going for one more time run as well. I don't know if it's going to rain in the race then, but I love a bit of surprise. So we'll find out then what's going to be occurring there, as well, as I quickly get rid of all these football notifications there. I really need to learn to turn them off when Liverpool's playing, really, because there's nothing but makes me depressed. So it really does indeed there. But someone who doesn't make me depressed is this man here, Steve. Magnificent, isn't he? Unfortunately, he's 8 tenths of a second down. It's not going to be his quickest lap there, as he takes a shortcut there across the second chicane then. But yes, he's absolutely mega, isn't he, this season? Really good stuff indeed there. His only blip, I would say, is definitely the Brazilian Grand Prix. Having said that, though, the championship is still very much alive, isn't it? Of course, it's still very much alive. We've only done 7 rounds, and this is nowhere near by the end of it. And Steve knows that he's an experienced campaigner, isn't he? He knows that this is going to be a long season, isn't it? And of course, it's going to be a very long season, especially if he will have the target on his back. He will have the target on his back there, being the championship leader. T. Simon, the double world champion, is 2nd at the moment. And Maxi, who was leading the championship for 90% of the season last season, only down in 8th at the moment now. So very much a change in the guard this season. And I for one, absolutely love it there. I really do indeed then. And that is the end of qualifying then. And here are the results then. Look at that then. Almost 4/10 of a second between Frisky and Steve. That's amazing, amazing time indeed, isn't it? And then we have got... and then we got Steve, who's second, and third position is Timmy, very close to the back of Steve. Val in fourth position there. Fifth position is Hog with Fizzy in sixth position. Seventh position is Rizzlesticks with Penny eighth, Gaz in ninth, and Mason is in 10th position. Unfortunately, Mason there didn't get a time in, did he? As unfortunately he crashed at the Ascari chicane. Right then, here we go then for the start of the Italian Grand Prix then. So buckle up, folks. This one's going to be a cracker. It really is, said. And look at this, and it's still, goodness me, it's very gloomy out there, isn't it? So are we going to expect rain? Of course, we've had rain-affected races in the past, haven't we? So whether... so, of course, remember the Italian Grand Prix back in 2008 there, where I think Sebastian Vettel won his first Grand Prix, didn't he? In fine style, didn't he? But whether or that happens, whether we're going to get anything like that tonight, who knows? Oh my word! There, Frisky's already said there's rain for the race. Then, oh my goodness me! And yes, then so we are going to have rain then. Oh gosh, then so we had a sprinkle of it in qualifying. Now we got it for the race as well. I love it. This is going to be good, isn't it? As the countdown takes down to the end. Oh, JJ's left the session. That's not good. He needs to get back in pronto. Otherwise, he will miss out on the start of the Italian Grand Prix then. And yes, here we go as well. Unfortunately, Chelsea have scored again, but this time it looks like that is a bona fide goal then. Anyway, let's leave that to one side, shall we? Right, let's go for the grid, shall we? From front to back then. 27 laps around Italy. Frisky's already said it's about to rain, and Billy is on pole position then for the Italian Grand Prix. He will be. He was, of course, a very happy camper, wasn't he, in qualifying when he was. When of course he was the benefactor of getting a slipstream, but of course but now he will be punching the hole in the air for the drivers behind him. Let's go for the great shower from front to back, from pole position all the way down to PB in 17th position then. Jan is saying, even Sean, this will be a great race, I think. I have no doubt about that, Jan. It's going to be a cracker, isn't it? It's going to be a feast of action, a feast of overtaking, then, of course, around the temple of speed. Frisky on pole position for the first time in his career. Alongside him is Timmy. Then that's a cracking front row. Then, as of course, Frisky's had one Grand Prix win. Timmy hasn't had any Grand Prix wins yet. Val is in third position. Hog in a cracking fourth position. Now Fizzy in fifth position. Rizzlesticks in sixth. Then, yes, the highest of the Italian cars. And no, I think there's only two, but it looks of it. Steve in seventh position. There, of course. Oh my goodness me! There, that's really. Oh no, Val's off! Val is off! He's had some issues there. Steve is flying across the gravel. He is in the wall! Oh dear, then he's done a coup for it. He has done a coup for it then, right from the get-go. Oh dear. And Steve is now facing the wrong way then, but I think he was spares blushes for the minute. Penny in 8th position there, Gaz in 9th position, Mason in 10th position there. And of course, he might feel that there was an opportunity lost there for another pole position to his career. Brown in 11th position there, he gets starting whatever tires he wants. He has chosen the soft tires. Asdog in 12th position, he's on the medium tires. Matt in 13th position there, he is on the soft tires. Roscoe in 14th position, medium tires. JJ is 15th, he is on the soft tires for the Ferrari there at Ferrari's home Grand Prix. Double in 16th, PB in 17th, 17 cars then. Frisky is on the medium tires for Fizzy and Steve as well. Everyone else in the top 10 is on the soft tires. Adam Walford, Frisky is a weapon, Frisky is a beast. When he takes the podium, we're going to have a feast then. Good stuff indeed then. Is Michael saying he wishes he started on the soft tires then for pole position. Yes, he is going to be struggling, isn't he? Right then is well, he might struggle getting off the grid then, but I'm wondering, and he might have a better race pace, so your flag is fluttering then, but of course they were just waiting for those 5 lights then to come on then above the grid as well. Then of course when they go out, that will signal the start of the Grand Prix here in Italy as well. We are just waiting then for those lights, and we're waiting, but nothing is going on at the moment then. As Frisky there is, I gotta say that he is very twitchy at the moment. He is really eager to get going here. And now then we're still waiting for the lights as well. I gotta say this is a very drawn out process process. I'm wondering if there's some issues there with the lights. And we'll find out in just a few moments' time. We're back on board then. And just say, look, then we're on lap 2 apparently. And just take a look. And we're just waiting. What is going on with these lights? And I think that we got some technical gremlins and in the racers, in the director's box. And but we'll keep our eyes peeled then. I think someone needs to just push the start button to get going. And Frisky is eager to get going. Look at him there. He is revving that car, isn't he? He keeps going forwards and backwards there. He is twitching. He is eager, isn't he? I'm eager as well, but we've got the green flags to signal that it's all clear. But that's but it looks like this is not going on. This is not. This looks to be some issues there, as Frisky has asked in the driver's chat, what is occurring here? What is occurring? I am not sure what's occurring now. I keep flicking the camera because I'm really eager to get this one going now. But at the moment, we've got a bit of a start delay at the moment. This is going to be a quick Grand Prix. Not as quick as what it normally is then, because with rain affected this one. So, but usually I was expecting this one to be about 35 to 40 minutes then, which is quite short, isn't it, for a 50% Grand Prix? So we're just now waiting for it. And I think that we have pointed the fingers out to the Ferrari driver, which has caused some issues in the grid. Then, as it looks like that, we're just waiting for these lights. And again, then, but it looks like that we're going to have a delayed start here, aren't we? As it looks like the Ferrari driver has caused all kinds of gremlins. Doesn't it? There is the predicted pit stop strategy: softs to mediums or softs to hards. Then between lap 11 and 13, but there is a rain afoot there, isn't it? And yes, I think that we're just now waiting for those lights still then, but we are still waiting, but unfortunately those lights are going to come on yet. But this is the viewpoint. Look at the drag down into turn 1 there. It's quite a long drag, isn't it, from the start, from lights out to turn number 1 there. I think that's why Frisky was a bit concerned there. I think that's why Frisky was a bit concerned and wanted to start on the soft tires. Jeff, the session there is